Have you ever been assigned a large research paper or project and wondered, where do I even start? Projects that span long periods of time can be overwhelming. Sometimes the easiest place to start is by looking at the end goal. This is a strategy called backwards planning. Instead of planning out the steps of the project by starting from the beginning, you work backwards from the end. You first figure out, what final step do I need to take to complete my project? What step is right before that one? And so on. So how does this work in the real world? Well, let's say that you have been assigned to create a 5-minute video similar to this one. First, you already know you have to create a video and that it is due on April 30th. For a lot of projects, the task immediately prior to submission should be final edits and revisions. Prior to final edits, you may want to seek feedback from others. Before seeking feedback, you will need to finish animating your video. You will also need to record your audio so you know how to time your animations and transitions. But before you record your audio, you will need to create a storyboard and write your script. And finally, you know your very first step will be to brainstorm your topic and goals for your video. A different project may require research as well. But for this video project, we have determined all the tasks you need to complete leading up to the finished video. Next, we will estimate how long each step will take. For example, you give yourself 3 days to revise the video, but when you seek feedback, you want to budget 2 weeks since you are relying on others. Continue estimating how much time you need for each task. If you're uncertain, err on the side of giving yourself extra time. And now it's simple to work backwards and figure out when you need to start working on this project. Because you need 3 days to revise your video, that task needs to begin on April 27th to meet your final deadline. That means you should seek feedback on April 13th so you can start revisions on time. As you work backwards, you estimate that you need to start brainstorming for your video on April 2nd. One note about backwards planning, you don't have to plan every step backwards from the end. As you identify the project's tasks, you may think of crucial tasks like writing the script and storyboarding before you remember that you need to seek feedback. You may prefer to brainstorm all your tasks, rearrange them, and make sure no steps are missing. Then you can identify how long each step will take and work backwards, like before, to determine start dates for each step. To summarize, for backwards planning, start with your end goal since it is a known factor with a known deadline. You can then identify each task required to complete the project, working backwards to make sure you haven't missed any steps. Estimate how much time is required for each task and use that time to determine all of the task start dates. Looking for more academic success resources? Check out the NCSU Academic Success Center website at go.ncsu.edu/ASC.